A group of archaeologists working in the middle of China uncovers an intriguing find while excavating a network of underground tombs. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. In this video, we will talk about an incredible discovery in China, an ancient coffin that has been ruined by water and contains a human skeleton, as well as a box made of wood that has been sealed shut. However, this is not the end of the story. Concealed within the chest is a magnificent sword that has been missing for approximately 2,400 years and was once owned by one of the most influential historical figures in the nation. A so-called kind of Gaojiani sword was discovered in a Chinese tomb in 1965, and it has since been recognized as an important piece of Chinese cultural heritage. The so-called kind of Gaojiani is not only well-made, but it also possesses peculiar characteristics in terms of its physical makeup. The practice of wearing weaponry on one's ear throughout current times has provided historians with a glimpse into a bygone era. The sword was found in the province of Yubei, whose name literally means north of the lake, which is also the name of the province. The Three Gorges Dam on the Yangtze is the largest dam in the world in terms of the amount of electricity it can generate, and it is located in this region. During an inspection of the second aqueduct of the Jiang River Reservoir, which is located in the city of Jingzhou, an object resembling a Goshen was discovered. The city has a history that dates back more than 2,000 years and was once the legendary capital of China. It is a center of culture and history. When media outlets from around the world began covering the story of the sword, it quickly gained notoriety around the globe. It was discovered that the sword had been crafted during China's history's so-called Spring and Autumn period, which was an epoch that spanned from 771 BC to 476 BC. The name of the sword originates from a collection of records penned during this time period called the Spring and Autumn. These records detail the events that occurred inside the state of Louisiana. Nonetheless, he did not have full control over the region. The Zhou king ensured the stability of his empire by delegating some areas of it, known as fiefdoms, to devoted family members and generals. Over the course of history, these territories eventually morphed into independent governments, the 12 most powerful of which came to be known as the 12 vassals. There were frequent meetings between the representatives of various powers in order to collaborate and prepare military measures. But as time went on, the kingdoms became increasingly hostile toward one another and began to fight. Throughout this historical period, skilled craftsmen created and crafted a variety of swords, some of which took years to complete. One example of a sword that required a great deal of expertise and toil to create is called a type of Goshen. It is just less than 22 inches in length and weighs close to 31 ounces. It has a width of less than 2 inches at the very point of its blade. Its circular pommel features 11 circles, all of which share the same center. This seems to imply that a lot of attention was given when the weapon was being designed and constructed, despite the fact that the pommel is rounded. Nevertheless, what truly sets this type of gauge apart from others is the exceptional state in which it has been preserved. Even after being submerged in water for over 2,000 years, the relic was determined to be in perfect condition, and it retained its ability to be sharp enough to slice through 20 sheets of paper. This was a remarkable discovery. Inscriptions found on the blade of the sword reveal that it was formerly owned by a regional monarch. The inscription crafted this sword for his own use may be found on the opposite side of the blade from the phrase, King of Yu. During that time period, King Helu of Wu, a neighboring state and an adversary of Yu for a significant amount of time, observed a vacancy in the Yu court and assembled his forces in preparation for an assault. A botched diplomatic effort to combine the two kingdoms by marrying a princess from one of the countries into the other's royal family led to the outbreak of hostilities between the two nations, Yu and Wu. Unhappily, the marriage did not work out, and when the prince fled to the princess' home nation, it produced enough bad blood to spark a war. The war was started because of the prince's flight. Before he was allowed to return home with his royal power reinstated, Fuche insisted that he put together a group of seasoned advisors and diplomats to assist in the consolidation of his realm. At the same time, he started working on a plan to weaken Wu and its infrastructure by using unauthorized bribes and schemes to undermine them. An old Chinese proverb is supposed to partly refer to Goxin's persistent tenacity when it says that he slept on sticks and tasted gold while he was in power. The proverb says that he slept on sticks and tasted gold throughout his reign. The crown prince of Wu then dispatched Gaji in the year 473 BC to once again lay siege to the capital city. This time, the city was able to hold out for 3 years before finally succumbing to its enemies. On the battlefield, Gaji was well known for employing strategies that were both unusual and unsettling. For instance, it is stated that he would staff his front lines with men who were willing to sacrifice themselves in order to strike fear into the hearts of the adversary by committing suicide in front of them. China became unified under the authority of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of Qin, when the state of Qin was successful in defeating its 6 most formidable adversaries. The Qin dynasty was short on power for a total of 15 years, yet it established a new type of Chinese imperialism that remained in place until 1912. This legacy endured until 1912. The sword that was once wielded by Goxin can be seen today in the Hubei Province Museum. Despite this, it was not always at that location. It had been on loan to a museum in Singapore in 1994 when it suffered unintended damage while it was there. Since that time, the sword has been included on a list of things that cannot be removed from China under any circumstances. During the excavations that took place in Jingling in 1983, archaeologists uncovered a unique piece that was both a companion to the Goxin sword and a part of the sword itself. That's it for today. We hope the video was fun for you. What do you think about this finding? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and share our videos. Don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to our channel to get regular updates.